In addition, there's an 18% loan interest rate. Hey guys, welcome to my channel where I introduce hopefully useful information for living in Japan. If you're new here, hello! And if you're coming back, thank you! As I mentioned in my last video about credit cards, I'm not any kind of financial advisor. I'm not telling you how to spend your money or not spend your money. I'm just trying to inform you how the Rakuten credit card works based on my understanding from personal experience using it and things that I've looked up online. Disclaimer out of the way, let's get to the nits and grits. Today, we'll be going over the following. First, I will go over the Ribo払いコース. And then I will go over the Ribo zandaka o omatome払い, Bunkatsu barai and 後から分割払い, Ikkatsuボーナス払い, and finally, Kyasshingu. First up, what is the Ribo払いコース? Well, to start, let's go over what Ribo払いmeans. This is not going to be the best definition, but according to Weblio, it means revolving payments. As you can see, the simpler definition though is payment through multiple installments. Therefore, the Ribo払いコースor revolving payments course is the course or amount that you have chosen to be your payment amount for each month for a particular charge or several charges. Please note that you have to have changed the charges that you want to adjust the amount for to the Ribo払いpayment method either in the store or online in order to be able to set the amount for your Ribo払いコース. Let me show you an example of what your payments might look like before and after you set up Ribo払いfor any of your payments. The first example is without the Ribo払いpayment option applied, so it's like a control payment. As you can see, these are the purchases that you made in December. The total is 17,000 yen. In January, therefore, you will have to pay the full total of 17,000 yen if you did not change any of your charges to the Ribo払いpayment method. Now, let's take a look at what your payment method would look like if you changed just one charge to Ribo払い. If you changed, for example, your most expensive charge to the Ribo払いpayment method, either online or in the store, and you have your Ribo払いコースset to 3,000 yen, then your payment might look something like this. So for the GU charge, you will only have to pay the 3,000 yen that you chose as your Ribo払いコースpayment and the 274, which is the service fee charge for paying using the Ribo払いpayment method. Of course, service fee charges may change at any time, so take whatever the website says. This is just an example. As long as you don't change the Ribo払いコースamount, the next month you will also pay 3,000 yen plus the service fees for this GU payment until you pay off this charge in full. I'll put up the simulation results on the screen so you can get an idea of what the payments would look like over the course of the Ribo払いコースpayments. This, of course, is just for that one charge. If you changed, for example, 2 charges to the Ribo払いpayment method and the course is set to 3,000 yen, I believe you should still pay just the 3,000 yen that you set for your Ribo払いコースalong with the service fee, which is of course based on the total amount of money that you have changed to the Ribo払いpayment method. Therefore, the larger the amount of money you changed to the Ribo払いpayment method, then the higher your service fee charge will be. As always, whatever payments you did not change to the Ribo払いpayment method will still be charged to you as normal, and you will have to pay for those in full in addition to the amount plus the service charge applied for any charges changed to the Ribo払いpayment method. Okay. So I hope that made some kind of sense. With that out of the way, 早速, let's get to the rest of the list. First, we move on to the Ribo払い残高おまとめ払い. So matome means like to gather or clump together, and zandaka is balance. So with this option, you can choose either to pay the whole payment choosing the zengaku barai option, or you can choose to pay a portion of the amount you have to pay. For example, if your balance is 100,000 yen and you choose the Ribo払いzandaka o omatome barai option, you can choose anywhere from 10,000 yen up to the whole payment in the kasan kibo kingaku area. Kasan means to add, kingaku means amount of money, and kibo means wish or hope. So the amount that you want to add onto your payments. If you notice from the clip, there are already 4 zeros in there, which means that you're only able to add money starting from the man tanai or tens of thousand decimal point. In other words, the minimum you can add to your monthly Ribo払いコースshould be 10,000 yen. Also, Make sure to note that this is in addition to your Ribo Barai Kosu payment, which means that you had to have changed the charge you want to adjust the payment for to Ribo Barai before you're able to even access any of these options. As mentioned in the previous example, if your current Ribo Barai Kosu is set to 3,000 yen plus service fees, of course, then your payment for the Ribo Barai total would be the 3,000 yen plus the amount that you added on top of that in the Kasan Kibo Kingaku area. This is of course in addition to any other charges that you might have to pay that you did not change to Ribo Barai. So that might look something like this. So next is a Bunkatsu barai. It's going to get significantly simpler from here, by the way. So atokara Bunkatsu barai, just like with atokara Ribo barai, just means that you change a particular charge to the Bunkatsu barai payment type from either your Rakuten app or from your computer. In other words, you don't change it at the store. So this is literally just installments. The thing with installments is that you can only choose from the number of months that they have here, and you're not able to change the payment method from installment payments to any other kind of payment type or even back to the normal payment type once you have applied to have that particular charge to be changed to a Bunkatsu barai type payment. Also, while on the site it says that for up to 2-month installment payments you have no processing fees, you can only choose the Nikai Bunkatsu barai or 2 installment option at the time that you are paying at the store. Atokara Bunkatsu barai or changing it at home after the fact does not give you the Nikai Bunkatsu barai option. Even making regular payments online, I have not seen this option. But if you have seen them on sites, please feel free to let myself and everybody in the comment section know. Now we have Ikkatsu bonus barai. So I always thought that this was only for people who got bonuses at their job. I don't know how bonuses work in the States because I've never worked a full-time job in a place where you could potentially get a bonus. But in Japan, generally most office workers that are seishain and some keiyakushain get a bonus twice a year. By the way, if you want to know what a seishain and or a keiyakushain is, then you should check out the video linked up in the white banner in either of the corners, but it's also linked down in the description box below. I know this is going to sound like I'm going off topic, but please hear me out. I never personally considered this an option that I could use because I never had a bonus at any jobs that I'd had. But recently, when I was reading about how to get out of Ribo barai debt, because I was very much in Ribo barai debt, also a video, I found an article that was saying that bonus ikkatsu barai is a good option when making expensive purchases, and I read up on it, so I decided to try and learn how it works, very much by trial and a giant error. But essentially, this payment method makes it easy for you to make purchases around the time most people will be getting their bonuses. And like I mentioned earlier, generally speaking, that would be twice a year, once in the summer and once in the winter. Yes, see, I didn't go off topic for no reason. Let's roll it back to the credit card though. So for example, for Rakuten, the times that you can use the bonus ikkatsu barai payment method are from February through June for the summer months and from August to the end of November for the winter months. Now, the time that you actually make the payment is usually 1 to 2 months or so delayed from the date that you made the purchase. For example, on the Rakuten site, it says that the payment period for the summer bonus payments or months that you actually pay back your purchase would be either June, July, or August. Which month it will be depends on when you made the purchase using the bonus ikkatsu barai payment initially. For winter, the payment time frame will be between December and January of the next year for payments that you made the previous year between August up to the end of November. Again, using the bonus ikkatsu barai payment method at the store. So just to give you guys a real life example of how this works, I made a huge mistake when choosing this option for the first time. So I thought that any purchases that I made using this payment method in the applicable stores anytime between August and the end up until the end of November would have to be paid off sometime in June through August of the next year. I think I was just too hyped at the option of being able to get the stuff that I wanted and then not having to pay interest for a couple of months. So I started seeing things that weren't actually there. But actually, the stuff that I bought in November, at the end of November, by the way, I had to pay off in January. And I found out that I had to pay off that stuff in January in December. So it was tight, but with the help of the Lord and me moms, we got that under control. Also, please note that the dates that you can use the bonus Ikkatsu barai payment option at the store varies by store and credit card. So if you, for example, have like a JCB card from like Marui or something, and they have that option, they might have different dates in the Rakuten, so you should look it up online. So please keep in mind that not all stores allow bonus Ikkatsu barai to be used. In addition, just like the Nikai Bunkatsu barai payment method, you only have this option available to you at the store. Generally, larger department stores and electronic stores will accept it, I believe, but it is always best to either check the website for the store beforehand or to call the store and ask before you make a fool yourself. I did link some articles down below which talk about this payment method, as tends to be the case with the articles that I link. They will be in Japanese, but 皆さんならできます。頑張ってくださいね. Last one for today, I'll go over Kyasshingu, which is not so much a payment method in the sense of like how you pay back a purchase, but just a way for you to get money from your Rakuten card. Don't get it all twisted and tangled. This does not mean you get free money. Essentially, it's like a cash loan, but you just borrow that money from your credit card. In order for you to do so, you have to apply to use this service. I think cards don't automatically come with the cashing service unless you applied to use this service at the time when you were signing up for the card. You can always sign up for it after, at least for the Rakuten card. I don't know about other cards. But as you do need to apply for it, there might be the chance that you don't get accepted to use the service depending on your repayment history, credit score, and maybe even your annual income, as you have to put that information in when applying for the card. In order to pay back the money that you took out, you have two options. You can either pay it back in one payment or you can pay it back using the Ribo barai payment option, which I went over in this video as well as in my other video about credit cards. In addition, there's an 18% loan interest rate. In addition, there's an 18% loan interest rate. So if you, for example, borrow 100,000 yen, then you will have to pay back 118,000 yen at the minimum. If you use the Ribo barai payment option on top of that, then I believe you will be charged the service fee for that as well, so it can get pretty expensive if you let it get out of hand. So with this information, you might be thinking, why would I use that payment method when I can just use my card normally, and as long as I pay the amount off in full the next month, then I won't be charged service fees or interest fees? Well, this payment method would come in handy, for example, in my situation when I needed to pay the initial costs of the apartment I'm living in right now. The housing agency that I used only accepted cash, so I took out the cash from my card using the Kyasshingu service, which, by the way, I was one of those people who didn't apply to use the Kyasshingu service when I initially applied for the card. I'd had the card for 5 years before I actually applied to use the Kyasshingu service. So I applied for it, and then I think I got the results within 2 or 3 days at most. They told me that I could use the Kyasshingu service. But because I was able to take out that money, then I was able to move into this unit. It took me a long time to pay it back, and I paid a lot of interest, not just because of the 18% loan interest rate, but in addition to that, I changed the payment method for the Kyasshingu to Ribo barai and took nearly a year paying it off because I wasn't really controlling my expenses. With the grace of the Lord again, and my mama swooping into the rescue again, I was finally able to pay it off, and I've only used the Ribo barai payment method once in 2020 to buy my viola case. Don't worry though, it was the Nikai Ribo barai method that you can use only at the store, so I didn't pay any interest for that charge. Okay, so if you didn't see this coming, then clearly you haven't been watching my videos for very long. This is just part 1 of the part 2 series for the Rakuten card payment methods, but it's actually kind of part 3 because I already came out with a video about the Rakuten card last year. So you can find that in the description box also. If you have any questions, please leave them below in the comments. I can use that to look up more info if you guys want to see another video. In addition, my first Rakuten video has been up long enough that I've actually gotten questions on like using the Rakuten card. So I will answer those questions and or put up the answers that I answered to people in the comments in the next video. I hope that makes sense. I'm sorry, I'm bad with words. I know it's a lot of information, but I hope you could learn something today. A couple more alsos So also number 1, if you know more about these types of payments or can explain it better than me, because y'all know I tend to be like all over the place when explaining these things, then please let me know in the comment section so that you can bless us all with your wisdom. I'm not trying to be sarcastic. This is a genuine invitation for enlightenment. Thank you so much again for watching this video. Please remember to like and subscribe and to gently tap the notification bell icon. As always, I hope you have a super fantabulous day. Goodbye! You're such a cutie. I love your booty. You're such a cutie.